Assembly ratifies the decision of DOG to temporary limitation of number of members from one single country to 41.
Speaker.
So in this, sir, I would like to draw your attention towards article number 2, page 7 of the bylaws. The objective of council is to bring stakeholders together, and there is no mention of provision of restricting the number of membership. And basically in page number 27 of the bylaws, 15th number in the amendments, it is very clearly written that we have to take the mandate of the General Assembly. In the next General Assembly, that if at all we want to make a change in our amendments. And earlier there was no restrictions on the membership. So if at all we are bringing in some resolution of restriction of number of membership and haphazardly to 41, because it is like in our article 7 it's written, the council's objective is to bring together stakeholders. So why are we restricting the number of members?
Okay, so let's explain that. This was a decision that was taken by the Board of Governors. At one point in time, we have received a very large number of proposals of membership from one single country and also from one specific college. The NGO college. So the Bureau, when faced the situation of looking at an imbalance in the geographical distribution and college distribution and members in different college distributions, the Bureau asked the Board of Governors during the Dakar meeting an orientation as to how to move forward. Should we refrain for receiving that much influx or not? And the Board of Governors decided that the Bureau should refrain in order to analyze how this imbalance would impact our diversity. Because we would have a very large number of members from one single country. And what the board, we put to a vote, and the board decided that we should not have this imbalance. And mandated the Governance Commission to look into the issue and make a proposal as to how to deal with this situation. And Dale Jacobson is the chairman of the Governance Commission. Maybe he could give us a report of what happened at the Governance Commission, why they had this provisional proposal of 41 members. Dale, could you just give us briefly what happened at the Governance Commission?
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, the issue was discussed at the Board of Governors meeting in Senegal in June of 2018, and as noted on page 1 of 2 on agenda item 4, the decision was made by the board to study this further. And the logical place for this to be studied further at this juncture was the Governance Commission. And so they gave it to us. There's several members on the commission to study, and we did meet in July to study this matter, and we voted, not unanimously, but we did vote to recommend to the Board of Governors that the maximum limitation from any one country would be 41. We did that by looking at across the entire membership of the council, and the country that had the largest number of members had 41 members. So we thought that anything below that would be fair because nobody else had the number of 41. So we made that recommendation to the board, and on the 24th of August, the Board of Governors did vote to accept that recommendation from the Governance Commission. I think the key point I want to make here is this is a temporary limitation. We're not changing the Constitution and bylaws at this juncture.
So
This
sorry,
is a-
sir, I would
It's a
like to
temporary
intervene.
limitation, and that's why we're here to address it today.
Sorry, sir, I would like to intervene. If I can draw your attention to page 21 of the bylaws 4.2, responsibilities of Board of Governor. In the C point, it's given to adopt modification of bylaws for implementation is subject to final ratification by the General Assembly. Certain temporary changes, I think it would restrict people, here we are going to work as a democratic manner, so we should not restrict any number. And if at all we want to make certain amendments, it has to be as it is given in the bylaws 15, because it has been internal bylaws which has been outlined, and it clearly states that if at all we want to bring in any amendments, then it has to be in the next General Assembly. That means this is the General Assembly where we can think about and then we can pass it on. But already if we have decided to restrict by 41 number, I think it is unjustified.
We are ratifying the decision that was made by the BOG. So when the time comes, I will ask the General Assembly if the General Assembly is in agreement that we should not have this imbalance in the geographical composition of members.
So earlier too in I'm sorry to mention some countries, but France and Korea, they were also having larger number. That time there was no restrictions. If you can look at the number of memberships which had come, 2009 to 2012, I have gone through all those numbers also, but that time such restrictions were not brought in. But suddenly, because some numbers had come up and one nation was being, I don't know, I should make such remark or not. But then this 41 number, which is specifically mentioned, that's 41 as the membership number, I think that needs to be reconsidered. And all those who are interested to become the members, they should be allowed. Because this is a forum where we are sitting here, as you rightly mentioned, sir, in your period, a lot of good work has happened, and we are talking about water for today and tomorrow, and you have mentioned very carefully that it is a collective ambition. So to fulfill this ambition, I feel all should be given equal chance to become members also.
Thank you.